Have you ever heard a question so simple, yet so powerful that it stopped you in your tracks? A question that made you pause, reflect, and see the world a little differently. On a crisp winter afternoon, Kate Middleton stepped into a small community center in London, her red cashmere jacket wrapped around her as she greeted the crowd with warmth and grace. The center was bustling with families, children laughing as they played, and volunteers handing out warm drinks and food to those in need. Kate was there to visit, to listen, and to show support for the community's efforts to provide comfort during the cold season. As she moved through the room, exchanging kind words with the people she met, she felt a tug on her sleeve. Looking down, she saw a little girl, no older than 7, gazing up at her with inquisitive eyes. Her golden curls peeked out from beneath a knitted hat, and her small hands clutched a worn-out teddy bear. "Princess Kate," the little girl said softly, her voice laced with curiosity and innocence. "Have you seen God?" The question took Kate by surprise. A hush seemed to fall over those nearby as they turned to witness the interaction. Kate knelt down to be at the child's level, her eyes kind and thoughtful. "What's your name?" Kate asked gently. "Lily," the girl replied, shifting on her feet. Kate smiled. "That's a beautiful name, Lily. Why do you ask about God?" Lily hesitated, her little fingers fidgeting with the ribbon on her teddy bear. "My mummy says God takes care of us," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "But sometimes when things are really hard, I wonder if he's really there." Kate felt the weight of the child's words. In that moment, she saw not just a little girl asking a simple question, but a child carrying the burden of life's uncertainties. She took a deep breath, choosing her words carefully. "I think God is in the love we share with others," Kate said gently. "We may not see him the way we see the sun or the stars, but we feel him in kindness, in hugs, and in the people who take care of us." Lily thought about this for a moment. "Like my mum?" she asked. Kate nodded. "Exactly like your mum, and like the people here today, helping one another." She glanced around the room where volunteers were serving meals, where neighbors were offering warm clothes to those in need. Sometimes we look for big miracles, but the real ones are often small acts of love. Lily's eyes brightened as she processed Kate's words. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a small, crumpled piece of paper. "I drew this," she said, offering it to Kate. The drawing depicted a simple but touching scene: a house, a bright sun, and a stick figure family holding hands beneath it. "This is what I think heaven looks like," Lily explained. Kate's heart swelled. "It's beautiful," she whispered. "And do you know what? I think you just showed me God." Lily beamed, and without hesitation, she threw her arms around Kate's neck in a tight hug. Kate embraced her gently, feeling the pure sincerity of the moment. When they pulled apart, Lily's mother, standing nearby with tears in her eyes, whispered a quiet "thank you." The interaction didn't go unnoticed. A woman standing nearby placed a comforting hand on an elderly man's shoulder. A father bent down to hug his son a little tighter. A volunteer offered an extra cup of tea to a shivering guest. Kate's words and Lily's innocent question had created a ripple effect, a reminder that love and faith are found in the everyday acts of kindness we show one another. As Kate prepared to leave, she took one last look at Lily, who waved excitedly. Tucking the child's drawing into her coat pocket, she smiled, knowing that this moment would stay with her forever. As Kate stepped outside, the cold winter air nipped at her cheeks, but her heart was warm. She glanced around at the city of London, its historic buildings standing tall against the gray sky. She thought about Lily's question again. The innocence of a child's curiosity often holds more wisdom than the most complex philosophies. Her security detail stood nearby, waiting to escort her to the next engagement. But she lingered for a moment. Her mind drifted back to her own childhood. She remembered sitting by the fireplace with her grandmother, listening to stories about faith, kindness, and resilience. Her grandmother used to tell her that faith wasn't about seeing, it was about believing, about feeling the presence of something greater through the love and kindness we share. A reporter approached, holding out a microphone. "Your Royal Highness, what did the little girl say to you?" Kate hesitated for a moment, then smiled softly. "She asked me if I had seen God," she replied. The reporter's eyebrows lifted in surprise. "And what did you tell her?" Kate turned to look back at the community center, where Lily and her mother were still inside. "I told her that God is in the love we give and receive. she said thoughtfully, that we may not see him the way we see the world around us, but we feel him in kindness, in generosity, and in the moments where people come together to lift one another up. The reporter nodded, clearly moved by her words. As Kate stepped into her vehicle, she glanced down at the drawing in her hand once more. In that child's simple sketch, there was something profound, a reminder that faith is not about grand signs, but about the quiet, everyday moments of love and connection. That night, as Kate sat by the fireplace in her home, she placed Lily's drawing on the mantel. The warmth of the flames flickered across the paper, illuminating the simple yet powerful image. In that moment, she felt an overwhelming sense of peace. Perhaps Lily had given her something far greater than a question. Perhaps she had given her a reminder of what truly matters in life. The next morning, Kate decided to write a letter to Lily, thanking her for the beautiful drawing and for reminding her of something so important. She included a small golden locket, something simple yet meaningful, as a token of appreciation. She knew that Lily might not fully understand the significance now, but one day she would look back and remember that moment of kindness and the warmth of the words shared between them. The story of Kate and Lily spread beyond the walls of the community center. People shared it online, inspired by the simplicity and depth of the conversation between a child and a princess. Many reflected on their own experiences of faith and kindness and how sometimes the smallest interactions can leave the deepest impact. In a world that often seems hurried and distant, this moment was a gentle reminder that we are all connected by the love and compassion we show to one another. That sometimes the most profound questions come from the purest of hearts, and the most meaningful answers are found not in grand gestures, but in the quiet acts of kindness that ripple outward, touching lives in ways we may never fully see. This story reminds us that faith isn't always about seeing, it's about feeling, believing, and experiencing kindness in the moments that touch our hearts. A simple question from a child, "Have you seen God?" turned into something far greater than just words. It became a reflection on the way love, hope, and selflessness reveal themselves in the most unexpected places. As Kate Middleton stood in the crisp winter air, watching the little girl clutch her gift tightly, she found herself asking the same question. Have I seen God? At first she hesitated. It's a question many people struggle with. After all, how do you see something so vast, so infinite? But as she looked around the room and took in the moment, she realized something profound. Perhaps God wasn't meant to be seen in the way we expect, not as a figure before us, but in the love that surrounds us. She thought about the little girl's innocence, the way her eyes lit up with hope. She thought about the strangers who stepped forward to help, turning one act of kindness into a ripple effect of generosity. She thought about the warmth of human connection, the way people instinctively come together in times of need. Wasn't that something divine? Wasn't that proof of something greater at work? Maybe we've all seen God without even realizing it. In the embrace of a loved one when we feel lost. In the kindness of a stranger when we least expect it. In the way people lift each other up and the world feels too heavy to bear. So now she asks you, and I ask you too, have you seen God? Not in the way you might expect, but in the quiet, beautiful moments of love and compassion all around you. Let's talk about it in the comments. Have you ever experienced a moment so powerful, so full of love and kindness, that it made you stop and wonder if something greater was at work? Maybe your story will be the insight that inspires someone else. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It only takes a moment, but kindness, just like faith, has a way of spreading further than we can ever imagine.